What is going on? Ever since the release of Hot Pursuit 2, I have played about every single major release Need for Speed video game, whether that be racing in the urban city streets of Underground, earning the title of champion in Shift, or escaping the police in Carbon. There was one title that I skipped out on, Criterion's Need for Speed Most Wanted. Now, the reason why I skipped out on this entry was really because honestly, it didn't look all that appealing to me. Don't get me wrong, I love Criterion, especially because of the Burnout series and their entry of Hot Pursuit, which was amazing. This one honestly to me just didn't feel all that different compared to the last entry we got from them. Clearly there were changes that were made compared to Hot Pursuit, but at the time I think I was just feeling a bit of the Need for Speed fatigue at the time. So over the years, after playing their newest titles like Rivals, the reboots, Payback, and Heat, I noticed that a lot of people actually loved Most Wanted. I think I was also upset at the fact that they called it Most Wanted and was nothing like the 2005 version. But those were my expectations back then. I am a different man now, and I knew that by doing all these reviews of the games, I was going to get around to it at some point, and I was really excited to get there. So this is my review of me playing this game for the very first time. So what did I think about Criterion's 2012 Need for Speed Most Wanted? I had a great time with it. However, I am not upset that I didn't play it when it was released, because had I paid $60 when it first came out, I probably would have been a bit upset. Not because I think that the game is bad or anything, because I think this game is pretty great. It's just so short. So in the game you have a list of 10 most wanted racers you have to get through to become Fairhaven's most wanted. It took me 6 hours to do all of that. I don't mind games being short, but if you're going to charge me $60 for a game that feels like it was a side project, I'm just gonna wait until it comes out on sale. This doesn't take away from how good I think the game is though. I just think that it wasn't worthy of a $60 price tag back in the day. Now to get through the most wanted list, you have to earn bounty. And to earn bounty, you can do a number of things, primarily one of them, which is racing and losing the cops in a chase. As you earn bounty, you can then challenge the opponent at that rank on the most wanted list. As you beat them, you can then acquire their ride by taking them out after the race in Burnout fashion. The way they did the ranking system with the bounties is nice, very simple and to the point. Now, I am grateful for how short this game is, because considering what you have to do to earn bounty can become very repetitive after a while, but the length of this game was just long enough that it ends just before the fatigue settles in. The repetitiveness comes in due to the fact that when earning bounty, you have to go through essentially a checklist for every car you drive in the game. Each race or pursuit with the cops is about 12,000 bounty, and you have about 6 objectives with each car, and normally once you get through all 6, it is about time that you unlock the next most wanted racer to then challenge him. So pretty much you do this same dance over and over until you beat the game. And I was fine with it because the game was short. However, if the game was any longer than this, I would have gotten bored at some point. In Most Wanted, you have a thing called Easy Drive that allows you to choose races, select your cars, and most importantly, change out the parts of your car on the fly. I thought this was pretty awesome considering you can change your tires from track to off-road when needed. However, when actually put into practice, it's not really practical. I tried doing it during races, but I'd rather rough it out than accidentally crash. After the race, you can actually choose to immediately apply the newly acquired parts to your ride, which I found very convenient. Speaking of convenience, there are dozens of gas stations spread throughout Fairhaven that allows you to repair your ride at the same time changing your car's color. When cooling off from a pursuit, this can allow you to drop a whole heat level, which is really nice. I just wish that during the actual pursuits, it would be really funny if the cops on the radio actually sounded confused on the sudden change in color on your car while trying to escape. Speaking of which, the cops in this game are very aggressive, but not to an extreme like Heat is, but in a way that makes it challenging enough without feeling unbearable. The crashing in this game is awesome, and I would hope that would be the case considering its Criterion, but sometimes it's very inconsistent. Slamming into a wall at 100 miles per hour would do nothing, but hitting a civilian car at 40 will trigger a whole crash sequence. It is just so overdramatic sometimes. Now you have a number of cars to choose from, but instead of earning them, you have to find them spread throughout the map. If you find a car you like, you just roll up to it and switch cars. When the game first came out, I thought this was such a dumb idea, but now actually playing the game, I think it's very cool and different. However, do not get comfortable with certain cars, because remember, you have to earn that bounty to progress, and if you complete your checklist with a certain car, you are pretty much forced to change your ride to be able to progress properly. I found this to be a great incentive to try out different cars, so I believe that this was implemented perfectly by Criterion. I also feel like that even a game released in 2012, the graphics are really nice and sometimes even look beautiful to this day. But watch this game be the next one to get a remaster after Need for Speed Unbound is released. I guarantee it. Now, my biggest complaint with this game, while I did enjoy my time with it, I just honestly felt like the controls were working so hard against me. As I was racing, the cars just felt very stiff, and this was with every car I drove. It took so much just to get the car to turn sometimes, and even when I was doing that, the car would feel like it was trying to straighten itself out every single time. I have never experienced this in a racing game before, but it just felt like the car had a mind of its own, and because of that would cause me to crash at moments that I would otherwise be able to avoid in any other racing game. I do, however, love the intros to each of one of the most wanted racers. Just don't plan to get high before playing this game. I can't imagine what that would feel like. But yeah, guys, ignoring the handling issues I had, the game was very fun. I am not upset that I missed out on this game when it initially came out, but I am glad that I at least found the time to get around to it and experience it for the first time. I can understand why this game has such a following and why you wanted me to review the game the most on my recent poll. So let me know how you felt about Most Wanted. Did you like it? Hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to check out the Discord. It's a bit quiet in there right now, but we are trying to get more people to liven it up a bit, and it could be our chance to chat and talk about video games. Guys, my name is Pedro Ordonez, also known as GL7. Please subscribe, comment, like, thumbs up. Do whatever you guys can to support this channel. Also, check out the Patreon if you'd like to support me even further through there. Let me know what you guys would like to see me talk about in a future video, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Peace out.